friends. I'm over here by my toy shelf in our classroom, and we are going to talk about the difference between farm animals and zoo animals. And that's going to go along with your paper here that you have. All right? So, let's see. Farm animals. Farm animals are animals that are more tame, and they can live on a farm with farmers, and the farmers are not going to get hurt. Cows are very tame, so they can live at a farm, and the farmer will be able to get milk from the cows. So, an important part about farm animals is that they usually help us with something. They're tame and we can live by them, and they also help us. So, like I said, cows can give us milk to drink. Chickens can give us eggs to eat. Horses can help us pull wagons when we're doing some work in the farm. So, farm animals are very calm and can be very helpful. Now, zoo animals are animals that are not tame and we can't live by them. That's why there's usually glass or a fence between you and the animal because they might hurt you if you get too close. Just like a tiger. Tigers are fun to look at, but they are a wild animal. If you got too close to them, they might scratch or bite you. Now, a lot of the animals that we find at the zoo are animals that we wouldn't really see otherwise. We live in Minnesota, so we don't live next to elephants or tigers or rhinoceros or hippo. So if we want to see those animals, we go see them at the zoo. A lot of zoo animals live out in the savannah or in the rainforest or in the mountains, places that we don't go to all the time. But it's fun to go to the zoo and get to see those animals so that we can learn about them. Now, some of us might live by farm animals, so we already know a lot about those animals. We see them all the time. My niece and nephew used to have chickens and ducks at their house. My grandpa owned a farm, so I grew up around cows and pigs and horses and ducks. He had all of those at his farm. So we know a lot about farm animals, and we can go to the zoo to learn a lot about zoo animals. Let's see. At the zoo. Let's see some animals we would see at the zoo. I see penguins at the zoo. I see monkeys at the zoo. I see bears at the zoo. I see leopards at the zoo. I see elephants at the zoo. I see turtles at the zoo. I see zebras at the zoo. I see lizards at the zoo. That's a cool lizard. I see tigers at the zoo. And I see hippos at the zoo. I love these animals. I see lions at the zoo. I see giraffes at the zoo. The end. Now, tigers and hippos are some of my favorite animals. Hippos are really dangerous. They're really territorial. If you get too close to them, they will try to fight you to get you away from their land. Like I said, tigers might bite you, so they're fun to see from a distance. Another animal I love are bears. Oh, they're so cute. But I know I shouldn't get too close to a bear. They're wild animals and they like their space. Otherwise, they might try to claw me too if I'm too close to them, right? You don't want to scare them and make them think we're trying to get into their space. So zoo animals are really fun to see, but we keep a safe distance from them. Farm animals, we might get a little bit closer to those because they're usually pretty tame and they're used to having people around. So, let's see if we can sort out our animals. I have our rug here for the zoo animals who would live in the wild, and I have our toy barn for the farm animals that would be in the barn. When I hold up an animal, you tell me if it should go in the zoo or at the farm, right? A pig. The farm. Okay. You tell me, where should the zebra go? The zoo. Good. Zebras are pretty tame. They're fun to see, but they're at the zoo. A crocodile. The zoo. Definitely. A sheep. The farm. They're very tame. We can shear them. That means to cut their wool. And then we can use that to make clothes. Thanks, sheep. A giraffe. The zoo. Yep. Oh, he's falling over. Stay. There we go. An elephant. The zoo. A lion. Definitely at the zoo. What about a horse? At the farm. We can ride horses, or we can use them to help pull our wagon, so that's where that can go. Tiger. Zoo. Yep. Rhinoceros. Zoo. And what about a cow? Farm. Yep, so we can get some milk from the cow. Let me move my video so you can see the barn. There's the farm animals, and here's the zoo animals. All right, so go look at your paper. Look at these pictures and think, are these zoo animals or farm animals? And put them in the right spot. Zoo and farm. All right, thanks, friends. Bye.